Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this section, we shall be talking about CSS box shadow and CSS text shadow. Without wasting time, let's go straight to the CSS and start doing justice to this. So we have done these two HTML, right? So let's go ahead and walk around it and see how we can make them achieve what we're looking for. So I'm going to save this and then yeah, we got it. So let's go here. Let's define the text. The text is h1, right? Yeah, h1. So that is h1. So I'm going to define now let's do text shadow. Text shadow, right? The text shadow. Now the first should be the x-axis, and then the y-axis, and then the blur, and then the color you want. Let's choose blue. You can go ahead and use your hex color. Watch that happen. Now let's also try to increase the font size of this writing. Perhaps that could help our process. Font size 20 pixel, 25 pixel. Yep. So, oh, sorry, we defined the H3, not H1. Okay, let's go ahead and change it to H1. It's okay. Let's go ahead and change it to H1. Voila, here we go. Okay, so you can see that. Now let's test this beautifully. All right, let's convert the blur to 0. The x-axis, drop it to 0. All right, save. You can see. So let's increase this x-axis to, let's say, like 50, so that you see how it will float to the horizontal. Are you seeing? It's flowing to the x-axis. So maybe you're not seeing that very well. Let's also keep that x-axis to 0 and increase the what? The y-axis, let's say 50. You can see that, right? Ah, that's too much. That's too much. So that's the shadow. Now you can go ahead and do 6. You can see that now. And somebody will say, ah, I want to do the blur. I want it to be blur. So maybe like 7 or 8. You can see, right? Decrease it to like 4. Right? Decrease it to like 2. Right? That is what we mean by text shadow. So it's up to you. Go ahead and play around with it. Then also let's talk about the box guide. All right? Remember we had box, so we're going to use box to do box shadow. Let's give the box a width. Let's give it a width of what? Let's say 300 pixel, and let's give it a height of the same 300 pixel. All right, and then let's give it a background of there's this kind of white f1 f1 f1. All right, beautiful. So that is the kind of background I am looking for, but it's too light, so let's do something about it, right? Let's get it to be a little bit darker. Yeah, so I'm looking for this, right? Good. So let's go ahead and add box shadow to it. Box shadow. So box shadow, I'll go by the x-axis. I want it 4 pixel. The y-axis, I want it 5 pixel, and then the blur 0 pixel. And then what color do I want? I'm looking for red. Let me use red. Go ahead and use your hex color, right? Voila, here you go, right? Good. So let's say I extend the x-axis to 50. You can see the complete jump out, right? Let's say I do it to be minus 50, right? You can see, right? Let's give this thing a margin so that it will come to the center, so that we'll have some level of clarity. Margin 40 pixels. So all the four sides, let everything come to the center. Let's give it 100 pixel. Good, beautiful. So you can see this, right? So if I want it to come down, I would naturally give this minus the Y pixel. I'm pushing it down. So okay, sorry, I'm gonna push 50. Yeah, that brings it down. If I want it to go up, I do minus 50, and that's it, right? Good. So, but in this case, I'm not interested in the negative value. I'm much interested in what? In the non-negative value, so that to go into the positive y and x axis, right? I think this is okay. And then I want a blur. I want a blur like, let's say 2 pixel, right? And then I want a blur like, let's say 8 pixel. Yeah. Let's say I want this to be what? To be black, right? It does look beautiful, right? Good. Let's say I increase it to 12 pixel and I increase this to what? 8 pixel. Beautiful, right? It's making sense. So this is how to work with shadow. All right. So if I want to turn it up, I could just do this, switch it to this, and behold, watch what it's turned to, right? Beautiful. So this is how you do box shadow and text shadow in your CSS. All right. So you can also even use hover effect to achieve this. You could say dot box and then you do hover, right? Or you can even hover and then you do this, right? So you want this to happen on hover, right? These are some of the things you could achieve. So you want this to happen on what? On hover. You could see, right? So once there's a hover, that is when you want it to happen. So these are some of the creativity you can actually unleash. So on that note, I want to say thank you and congratulations for getting to this stage. See you in the next tutorial.